Before I begin, don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe to the video. And don't forget to smash those likes. Please smash those likes. And most importantly, comment in the comment section below and hit that post notification bell on top of this channel. Let's begin. This was a game that the NFL analysts, quote unquote, said we were supposed to lose. The Eagles were a 1.5 favorite, I think, to win this game, and we won the game by 3, 20-17. The most we have beaten Kansas City so far was in the Super Bowl, but 20 points is not bad considering the lackluster of the offensive side of football, which I'll think about later in the video. But man, there was a surprise, thrilling win. Had everybody on their heels because Kansas City kept coming back. We had them 20-10 by the between the second and third quarter, or most of the first half, most of the second half, if you will. That's how you want to put it. But we were 20-10. We kept them out of the end zone on several occasions. We even got an interception. Kuba, the new rookie safety, had an interception off a deflection. That was the ball that was given to Travis Kelce, but the other defender deflected the football. But Kuba happened to be in the right place, the right time, intercepted that football, and he ran it for 35-40 yards before he got knocked out by an offensive lineman of the Kansas City Chiefs. But man, we ran the ball effectively. I think Saquon had 80-some yards rushing. But if you combine that with Jalen Hurts' 20 yards rushing, I think it was 20-some yards rushing. It was 100 yards altogether. And there was some crap that was spoken also. I think I just seen a video on a minute ago. Chris Jones, when the Eagles were getting ready to kneel down 1, 2, and 3 to end the football game, Chris Jones had some negative thing to say. He said that y'all didn't get 100 yards rushing, and Hurts said, "Shut the F up. We won the game." Man, you know what? It just goes to show when you get overlooked and people get talking about you behind your back. They saying you ain't this, you ain't that. And even though the Eagles have won 2 Super Bowl titles, we are still getting no respect from NFL analysts. We're not getting no respect from opposing teams. We're not getting no respect from nobody in the entire NFL organization of all 31 teams. They're not getting us no respect. So I guess the Eagles ain't going to go out and win a 3rd title. Shut these people up. The way it's looking, if they keep playing the way they're playing now, it will be good. But let's get into all statistics of how this turned out. Here we go. Player statistics. I'm gonna read all of the situations with Eagles. I'm gonna get with Chiefs later on, but I'm gonna get with the Eagles first. Hurts had 15-22, 101 yards, 4.6 average, no touchdown, no interception, but he had a 78 rating was 78%. Rushing, Saquon Barkley, like I mentioned in the video, he had he had over 80 yards rushing, where he had 22 attempts for 88 yards, 4.0 average. The longest was 13 yards, and that was early in the game, what's it called? 1, 2, 3, 4. Damn, I can't think of it, but he had in the first game, in the first half, he had 13 yards in the first half. That's what I was trying to say. He had 1 rushing score. A. Dillon had 3 carries for 19 yards, a 6.3 average, 8 with the long no score, and Jalen Hurts had 9 for 15 yards, 107 rushing attempts, 11 with the long, 1 score. So Both touchdowns were scored on the ground, but he also threw for one too. Which I no, I'm sorry, he didn't throw for one. I'm sorry. But anyway, when Chris Jones said the Eagles did not have a 100-yard rush, he was right about that. But he did not get he did not add the 88-yard rush and the 19 yards rushing. He didn't also he didn't add the 15 yards. So if you had all 3 yards per yard, all yards together, you got over 100 yards rushing. So whatever the Chief was talking about, whatever Chris Jones talking about, he really didn't think about it. I think he did full sort of thing on one person. I think that's what it was. He sort of think to one person, solely thinking about one person. That was Saquon Barkley. So that's probably why he said what he said. Now that goes to the receiving. Devontae Smith had 4 receptions for 53 yards, 13.3 average, 28 long, no touchdowns. A.J. Brown had 6. He had 5 receptions, 27 yards, 6.4 average, 8 with the long, no score. Barkley had 2 for 6 yards, 3.0, 6.0 with the long, no score. And Calvin Katera had 1 for 6, 6.0, 6 with the long, no score. Granson with 1 for 5, 5.0, 5 with the long, no score. Dawson with 1 for 4, 4.0, 4.0, and Mechie with 1 for 6, 6.0, no long, no score. So altogether, if you look at the entire statistics of the receiving area, A.J. Brown for the second straight game has not had any yards rush over 50 yards or more, and that's kind of curious to me because see now and together he has less. He ain't even got 40 yards combined. He's under 100. He's under 50 yards receiving. And that could be a problem because see now, I guess it's the way teams are playing the Eagles now offensively because they feel that the Eagles gonna pass the ball and instead of rushing it. Now you're seeing the rushing more than you're seeing the passing. That's a problem to me. The offensive coordinator of the Eagles better get it play calling a little better than this because see, we are accustomed to seeing A.J. Brown get over 100 yards receiving a game. And this is the first time in probably in his entire career that he had under 80 yards in 2 games this season. That's a problem to me. That's a big problem. It really is. I hope he fixes it on going into next weekend because we definitely gonna need A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith in the passing game. We're gonna need them too. It really is. So we'll see what happens there. But anyway, now here's the defensive side of football. Here's the defense. Arrowhead Campbell. Okay, we go on tackles, assists, sacks, interceptions, FFs. That's how we going. So I'm going down the road. Arrowhead Campbell had 7.2000. DeJean was 7.1000. Makuba was 6.105. He had a half a sack, 1 interception, 0. Zach Bond was 6.1000. Jordan Davis was 6.200. And Uche, I think I'm pronouncing his name right, with 4.2000. And Darius Smith, who they signed off the streets, with 4.2, half a sack, 0.00. Smith was 3.300, 1 forced fumble. Queon Mitchell was 3.000. Moro Ojambo was 2.1, 1 sack, 0.00. Carter was 2.1000. Blankenship was 2.2000. And Adoree Jackson was 1.000. And Byron Young was 1.100. Okay, kick returns. He had 3 returns for 69 yards, 23.0 average. The long was 25, no touchdowns. Punt return, Dotson with 1 for 14, 14 with the long, 14 average, 14 long, no touchdowns. Elliott with 2 for 2, 54.5, 59 with the long, no blocks. He was 2 for 2. Punting, man was 5 for 274 yards, 54.6 average, 7.0, no 7.0, 70 with the long, no touchbacks, and he had 1 place inside the 20. All right, and that's the statistics of the Philadelphia Eagles, and then it goes to the Kansas City Chiefs. And this is kind of different here, but they teach us apart a little bit more than the Eagles. So we're gonna stick to them right quick and get this done with quick as they can possible. Patrick Mahomes was 16 or 29, 187 yards, 6.4 average, 1 touchdown, 1 INT, 72.1 was the average. What's his rate? What's his rate? RTO. If you know what that is. But anyway, now I'm going to the rushing. Patrick Mahomes, who led the team in rushing with 7 carries for 66 yards, 9.4 was the average, 22 was the long, 1 score. And Hunt was 8 for 31 yards, 3.9 was the average, 11 was the long, no score. Pacheco with 10 for 22, 2.270. And Smith was 1 for 2, 2.020. Receiving. Okay, now Kelsey has all the receiving yards. He was 4 for 61 yards, 15.3 average, 20 with the long, no score. Thornton with 259 yards, 25.5 with the average, 49 with the long, 1 touchdown. Brown, who knows Hollywood Brown, was 5 for 30 yards, 6.0 with the average, 11, no score. With that red Remigio was 1 for 21, 21 with the long, 21, no score. Pacheco was 1 for 7.070. And Juju, I'm surprised he's still playing. Juju, I'm just going to say Juju because you know who he is, was 1 for 5.050. Hunt was 1 for 3.03, no score. And Gray was 1.010, no score. All right, the defense. Here we go. They only had 1 sack, and that's way down at the bottom of the list. So hold on a minute. Here we go again. We're going with the tackles, assists, sacks, interceptions, forced fumbles. Here we go. Watson was 97000. Connor was 96000. Bolton was 63000. Tranquil was 62000. And Nadi, I think that's his name, Nadi, 43000. Chanel was 42000. Cook was 40000. Gillette was 32000. Caletus. I think I'm saying it right. Anyway, he was 32000. Meduffy was 30000. And his name is Omenihu. I think that's his name. I probably butchered his name, but anyway, he was 21000. And Nolan Locke was 201 sack, 0. Okay. Hicks was 31000. Janae was 20000. Williams was 21000. And Tillery was 10000. So the Eagles only got 2 sacks. They only got 1 sack and 1 long sack, and that was a covered sack. Okay, now here we go with the kick returns. Remigio with 2 for 43 yards, 21.6 went long, 22 went long, no touchdowns, and Smith with 2 for 52 yards, 26 went long, 26 was the average, 27 went long, no score. Punt return. Got again, a Renigio, two return for 42, 21 with the long, 21 with the average, 25 with the long, no score. Kicking, Butker with 1 for 2, 28 was the average, 55 with the long, no blocks. He was 2 for 2 extra points. And Arizia was with 3 for 178 yards, 59.3 with the long, with the average, 69 with the long, no touchbacks, and he had 2 inside the 20. All right, now you got the statistics of both teams and players. I hope you guys understand what I was saying. I know I'm messing up on some of them, but you got some idea of how this went. But anyway, this was a game that could have went either way. You had 2 Super Bowl, one is a former Super Bowl champion and one is the current Super Bowl champion, but going head to head. And like I mentioned earlier in the video, the Eagles were favored to win this game by 1.5, 1.6, something like that. Be won by 3 instead of that score, instead of that point spread that was given. So we are now 2-0. We are the lone undefeated team in the NFC East. The Cowboys won the day. They now are right behind us, with Washington probably number 3, even though they did lose. And then you got the Giants, who are now dead last because they lost. The Giants had many opportunities to win the football game, but they let it slip on by. But they did play the Cowboys tough. They played them tough. So it was a bunch of good games today, and I had a chance to watch only a couple of them. That was my team, the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Giants game, and I think the Cincinnati game where Joe Burrow got hurt, and they say he has a knee injury. They're not exactly sure what significant the injury is, but I pray and hope that he is okay, because for some odd reason Joe Burrow cannot stay healthy for the life of me, and they gave him a new contract 2 years ago. So I don't know what direction the Bengals are going to go. We don't know, but I pray and hope that he's okay. You know what I'm saying? Because last thing I really hate to see if people get injured on the football field, and injuries like a hit, like a knee injury, they are definitely significant. They are more significant than a elbow injury, much less a finger injury. Because you need your knees to play the game. You need your elbow to play the game. But the most significant of the injury is a knee injury, and it could be significant from a torn ACL to a torn ACL to an MCL, or it could be a broken fibula in the foot. You really don't know, because he wasn't. Because when I watched the game, he was not able to put no weight on that leg. So it's probably more severe than what people are saying. I hope it ain't that severe, because last thing you really want to hear about injuries to opposing players on different teams, AFC, NFC, however you want to put it. So, but anyway, the Eagles won the football game, y'all, 20-17. We are 2-0. We are the lone undefeated team in the NFC East, with the Cowboys trailing behind the Eagles by 1 loss. With the Giants at dead last, and the Washington Commanders are right behind the Cowboys with 1 loss. So this is your boy, the Almighty One, bringing you a video, and we are the victors of the Kansas City Chiefs. We beat the former Super Bowl champions, 20-17. How great can this smile be? Peace out, family, and I'm out of here.